Hi Sizzlen Stampers, it's Shannon here with another week in our 12 weeks of Sizzlen Christmas Countdown. And today's fun project is a card. However, it's one that I wanted you to think a little bit outside the box and maybe see what stamp sets you already own you can tweak and turn into a Christmas card. So this is a fun photopolymer breaking news stamp set. It's totally geared to celebrate key things in your life, graduation, weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, whatever. But we're going to turn that into some Christmas news. All right. And we're going to do that using a brand new that will be coming available soon. And it is limited time only, framed and festive cling stamp set. Now, it is part of a suite that is a pre-order, but this stamp set will not be available come January. In fact, it may only be available for 1 month or while supplies last. But it is certainly a cute one, and it is a red rubber. I've just gotten it, so I thought I would take this time to just refresh and remind us how to do the red rubber stamps, because the photopolymers are super easy. But the red rubber, while most of the work is done for you, we're going to still pop out the stamps. So today we're going to use Fa La La. We're going to be using Merry Christmas, which looks like this one. And then we are going to be using Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Nope, I don't think we'll do that. I think we will do, let me flip it over so I can look. 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. Let's do that one. That seems to go. All right, so those are the three we're going to use. So once you have decided put your stamps together, then you have your adhesive sticker sheet. So the side that is less see-through, that's more opaque, that's the side you're going to work on. First of all, these all have a peel back. So peel off the backing, just like so. And now you're going to come in, and these have cuts. So find the little edge, use your fingers or pick tool. So I've pulled that up, Fa La La, going backwards. I'm going to exactly match it. See how the red rubber is exactly matching, and just lay it down on there, peel it up, it's done. Now you come over to Merry Christmas. You're going to do the same thing. Peel off the backing. Make sure that I have it going the right way. Make sure that my letters all align. Lay it down right on top. Peel it up. There, it's done. And then our last one, 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. Same, repeat, rinse and repeat, you guys. It's pretty easy. Just once you lay it, you have to commit. This stuff is very sticky. If you do it on the wrong side, if you put it on this side, you will have issues. Feel free to give me a call. I'll try to walk you through repairing that as best as I can, but it really is very difficult because it's a super, extremely sticky piece. It's designed to not remove. Okay. And then the third set that we are going to use is another photopolymer that I love. It's Peaceful Deer. So we're going to just use little bits and pieces of that in there because there's some tiny, nice seasonal things. All right, so we're going to get started. We are going to be using some Poppy Parade cardstock, cut standard for a standard card, 8.5 by 5.5. We are using some of the Sweetest Christmas candy cane paper because it can go any direction. There is no true up or down. It's a beautiful, beautiful paper pack. It's got vintage pieces that look like stitched fabric. We're going to go ahead and put our, I did not get that on there very even at all. Oh, amazing. That peeled up fairly well considering I used seal on it, which I was lucky because that's not normally my luck. Okay, there we go. A lot better. All right, and now we're going to get stamping. So we're going to use our newspaper from the stamp set, and we're going to be putting that on our big block. just like so. Whoops. Sure it gets stuck down really well. And then when I have large stamps, I like to take my ink to the stamp itself. So I'm just going to run it over this. It allows me to easily see, especially with a black ink, what I've got and what I've not. Sometimes on your photopolymer stamp, see how it is kind of resisting? It gets a little bit of bubbling. You can take a nail tool and like a buffer and kind of buff that out. For this particular stamp and the look I'm going for, I'm not going to be bothered if it is perfectly crisp or not, because it's going to be like a newspaper, a worn newspaper. So I feel like when it gets some varieties of heavy and lighter blackness, it gives that truer newsprint feel. All right, now we're going to come in with some colors. And for this, we're going to use some Poppy Parade, some Garden Green, and possibly some soft suede. We will see. So we're going to start with the bigger words that we want to fill in. So we're going to put on fa la la. That is going to be our first word capture. And we're going to do that in the bright Poppy Parade. So you really want to connect that word to our paper. And it fits right in there. Okay? It looks like I am going to stamp this one more time, you guys. This white that I'm using also is shimmer white, just to give a little bit more sparkle instead of just being plain matte white for the holidays. I thought it would be a nice touch to use the shimmer white. But oh my goodness, I'm clearly seeing that my Poppy Parade really needs re-inked. So just gonna grab my real red is down here where I've got everything. When I do huge videos like this, I sometimes have things multiple places. Let's try real red and see how it looks. Oh, much better. Okay. Now we are going to come in with our Garden Green. And I've pulled some of the trees from the Peaceful Deer. So we've got the little ones and the bigger grove. So we're going to start with the bigger grove. And we are going to ink it up with Garden Green. We're going to stamp it off. So that's Generation 1 stamping. And now we come in and there's Generation 2 stamping. We're going to remove that stamp. We're going to bring in our little guys. Same ink, Garden Green, but this time we're going to stamp them right there in Gen 1. Perfect. So we've got a whole little thing of trees happening. If we want another Gen 2, we can bring them right on over, just like that. And I think we will go ahead and use our Garden Green to do our Merry Christmas sentiment, which is going to be at the top. So instead of breaking news, we're going to have Merry Christmas, right? That's right in that banner, just like so. Okay. Now, there are some other little cute things that we can add on here if we chose in our newspaper. And I'm looking for the little, there it is. There they are. Okay, we've got two that I thought we might use. One is kind of a little bit of a swag or a wreath. The other is a snowflake. And I think I'm kind of determining I'm going to go with the snowflake. And I'm going to bring that in with black. But I'm going to do it Gen 2. So we're going to stamp off and come in. Stamp off and come in. Stamp off. So our newspaper is going to be lovely patterned. It's going to have this great fun effect. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm thinking about using your stamps in a different way. We would not normally think that we are going to take the birthday stamp set that's very modern and trendy and turn it into kind of a vintagey newsprint for an entirely different holiday. But we are. Now, the next thing that we're going to pull in there is that sentiment. The 'tis the season to be jolly. That's going to actually, let me lay that down so I can get it on my block evenly. We're going to set this aside. We're coming back to our card base now. And in black, we're going to stamp this sentiment on the inside of our card. Center and in. Okay. All right, so we're done with our stamping for the card. And now we're ready to do a little bit of fussy cutting. I'm going to trim that out. Now I'll take, actually, this one I probably will use my big straight edge. I still am going to put a little bit of an edge, just like I normally would on any other fussy cutting, around my newspaper, but I'm trying to follow that line as best as I can. When you get here, this is a little bit of trickiness. It kind of helps show the folded newspaper. So this is like the cover story, front page headlines is what this is mimicking. All right, so we've cut all that. Now, we are ready to do a little more zhuzhing. So we're going to start by putting our, well, where did my glued up, my dimensionals go? Here they are. Okay. I'm going to use the edges again on these because I'm not. So just going to throw some dimensional pieces onto here. Yeah, I use every little bit of those dimensionals. Let me just tell you, boy, do I love them, but I use them up. And we are going to combine some of our black and white gingham ribbon. I think the glittered organdy. Okay, so I'm going to bring that I'm going to have plenty. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stick our newsprint on. I wanted to check my ribboning first. Gosh, my ribbons are in the way. So I'm putting this purposefully off-centered and a little lower than higher so that when I use my pieces of ribbon, I'm going to line those two up as best I can. And for me, I'm choosing to have the black and white gingham on the top. I'm going to put it in here. Oh goodness, it's just struggling. And bring it around, and then up here at the top, that's why I wanted my newspaper a little bit lower, because I wanted to be able to have this big amount of frou-frou festive ribboning because it's the holidays. So when I ordinarily might not put that much ribbon on it, for the holidays I want to. Oh, my ribbon twisted in the middle. I thought there was something going on with it. So you can flip it over very carefully. or just leave it. You'll have to leave mine. Or you can re-dye it, which is probably what I will be picky and do. And to get that knot out, that's another great use for your pick tool. Mine is MIA at the moment. So I would carefully use my scissor, but I don't want to tear my ribbon. I just want to loosen it because right now it's too tight. There we go. Thank you, ribbon. Thank you for cooperating. Except now I've got to get my tails all back around. Okay, starting again. Don't give up. Don't give up on me. Stay with me. Follow it through, people. Follow it through. Okay. The glittered organdy ribbon is a little challenging to do the layering, but once I get it, I can slide it under there. I know I can, and get it right on top. Okay. And if you don't get it perfect, you don't get it perfect, and don't worry about it. Just keep going. That bow will haunt me. See, I'm still not loving it. So you're going to see me videoing this, and you have to watch the painful process of it. Because the organdy didn't tighten up. And it's not going to let me tighten it just in passing, so I'm going to have to do the whole thing. Okay. One more try, people, and what this is what it's going to be, because I don't want to have an hour-long session on tying a knot in a double ribbon aspect. It's not normally this complicated. Between my ribbon choices and my fingers. There we go. See, that's how it's supposed to be done, you guys. And leave all this lovely ribbon zhuzh everywhere. Leave it all showing, just crisp up the ends and give them an angle cut. Okay, so now we're there. That's where we're at. Now, the last thing I'm going to do to bling it, to really bring it home in the blinginess, is to use these festive holiday pearls. And we're going to use the Sweet Sorbet red ones to just add a little bit of flair. All around wherever you want to put it. All right, and there you have it. A thinking outside the box Christmas card with what you have on hand. This is using the cute breaking news for the newspaper, some elements from Peaceful Deer, and then the brand new limited time availability only framed and festive. So make sure you add that to your cart. Make sure you purchase those things from me. Check out my links below. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of all my videos so that you don't miss another week of the 12 Weeks of Christmas Countdown. And share and have people email so that you can all be entered in to win this grand prize of 75 subscribers. $75 for 75 subscribers. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.